welding positions: flat, vertical, horizontal, overhead. So I want to talk to you a little bit about it because you have the 1F positions and you have the 1G positions. You see, you have the 1F, you have the 1G. And for those who don't know, the 1F means a fillet weld. That's like when the metal is it's like butted together, in a T-joint where you're doing a flat like this here, or you're doing a flat fillet like this, but you see how these are all T-joint welds, even when you're doing your overhead. And see, these are fillet welds because you don't have a groove on them. So if you want to know what that means fillet. So a lot of people say, well, what's the difference? I just got my certs and they in, 2F or 3F and 4F. That just means you got certified on Philip. And a lot of schools, small schools where you probably do 4 to 6 weeks, a lot of them will have you certified on these positions, probably these top for sure, where you can get familiar. And some of them even have you step into these, and these are where you have to do grooves and groove welds, where you actually have a V in it or a U in it, where you have to fill everything in. So it all depends on how you got it set up. So I wanted to show you that, so that way you get more familiar with it. And like I say, you have the 1G, the 2G, the 3G, and the 4G. Now in the structural field, when you're doing field welding, these are the two tests that you would take if you have 2 certs. You want to most definitely get your 3G, work on your 3G and your 4G overhead. Or you can tackle your 6G and you can do everything at once, so you can kill several birds with one stone. And that's what you do when you get your 6G certs, and that's what I'm certified in. I'm 6G certified, and then I also been 3G and 4G certified in flux core, regular wire, different type of wire, magnesium wire. Depends on what shop I was working for at the time. Normally they have you certified on whatever type of wire or new steel they have you weld on. If it's harder steel, so, like if you were on AR plate, they might have you welding a harder steel wire. So it all depends on what you're doing. But these are most definitely some positions that you should get familiar with and you can practice with at home. But in the field, especially field welding, these are positions that you'll face all the time, these 4 positions. So even if you're not doing no pipe at all, but if you're just doing structural or residential welding, this is most definitely the fields that you need to get familiar with and work on and practice in your free time, because these right here can really help you. It can help you get prepared for your your 5G and 6G positions. Because once you learn how to master the rod and you learn how to master the angles, and as you see, it's slightly, see how you slightly got an angle on that and how this is straight in. So it depends on how you welding, on what the position is, on how you position your rod. So that's something that you learn as you practice. And remember, these are groove welds, fillet welds. So that's what that means when you see the 1F and the 1G through 4G and the 3F and 3G. So those are real familiar. And some jobs where you're doing certain, they'll have you take these 3 because they might be doing some type of pipe or some type of something where they're doing horizontal welds a lot. So they'll have you run that. They'll have you run the 2G for sure. I did plenty of tests where they had me do these 3 positions because they want to make sure you can do these 3 positions because that's what they do all the time. So that's just something for you to work on. So welding positions, HogOn.